Senate Bill 535. Imagine this. Imagine a young woman is trafficked or a child is abused. And when the case finally goes to court, the defense starts asking about the victim's past relationships instead of focusing on what the defendant did. The trial turns into a character attack on the victim rather than a search for the truth. What the bill says it does? Senate Bill 535 says it strengthens protections for victims in trafficking, sexual assault, and child abuse cases by limiting when the past sexual behavior can be used in court. What it actually does? This means victims of trafficking and child sex crimes now get the same rape shield protections that already existed in some assault cases. Defense attorneys can no longer bring up a victim's sexual history just to cast doubt or shame them. Evidence about past sexual behavior can only come if a judge privately reviews it and decides it is truly necessary for fairness. This shifts control away from open courtroom attacks and towards judicial oversight. Who benefits? Victims of human trafficking, children involved in abuse or indecency cases, prosecutors trying to keep trials focused on the crime itself, communities that want more survivors to feel safe coming forward. Who pays the price? Defense strategies that rely on broad character attacks instead of direct evidence. Victims who previously had little protection but now face fewer invasive questions. Why it matters. Courtrooms shape whether people trust the justice system. When victims are put on trial instead of defendants, fewer people report crimes and more harm goes unpunished. This bill makes trials more about accountability and less about humiliation. That affects real families, real kids, and real survivors across Texas. Questions to ask your lawmakers. How will courts ensure this private review process is applied consistently in every county, not just the well-resourced ones? What safeguards exist to make sure sealed records stay protected long term? And would you support a future review to measure whether this change increases reporting or improves outcomes for victims? Bottom line, Senate Bill 535 makes sure trials focus on crime, not the victim's past, and that is a step toward a fair justice system for everyday Texans.